Hello? Hello? Good. Hello? Hello? Yes, good. Can you, oh, wait. Can you hear me in this one? There we are, perfect. That's great. Do you want to start out? Oh, yes, please. Great. Well, we're streaming. We should get started then. Give me 1 minute. So, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Good Shabbos. We say good Shabbos to one another. Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos. We say good Shabbos to those of you who are streaming at home. I'm sorry you're not here with us, but we're glad that you are watching. So before we start, I just wanted to if people don't know, my name is Beth. I'm the cantorial soloist here. I wanted to tell you a story about my father-in-law who when my mother-in-law would do something innocuous, like say, I'm gonna open up a can of salted peanuts. He would look over at us and he would say, "This is how the trouble begins." So the rabbi is out of town and he said, "Beth, you can do the service this week, can't you?" And so we're all going to say it together. This is how the trouble begins. So thank you. This should be a really interesting night. I had talked to many of you, and many of you are participating in the service. We are doing a service that is focused on peace and on healing tonight. So what I want to say first thing up is you may not like every part of the service tonight. Some things may seem awkward or weird to you, and truthfully, they may seem that way to me too, because some of this, it's the first time that I'm leading or that we're doing here, because we know that what works in one congregation does not necessarily work in another congregation. So I hope that for tonight, you can sort of let go of your preconceived ideas. There won't be anything really weird. I'm like, some people are looking at me going, oh my goodness, no. But they will be different. There are different readings. And again, we're going to start by, everyone should have gotten a reading sheet. If you don't have one, perfect. So I'm going to ask, so there are a lot of people who are helping with the service tonight. I am so incredibly grateful. At certain periods, I'm going to invite you to come up to the bima and to sit on the chairs so that it won't be so long for people one by one to come up. So in groups, I'll call you. And this is an experiment tonight. I just want to say that again. We're all friends, and if things don't happen exactly the way, if somebody doesn't hear their name, not only do I understand, God understands. The people who are watching online may be a little impatient, but next time come to shul and you will not feel so impatient. So I'm going to ask Heather Kaufman to come up and to start with a reading. Each of us enters. Do I not have that? Did I not give that to you? Yes. Pardon?
I thought it was Sandy and I.
Oh, it's just,
Okay.
you're special. It's
I'm
just
special.
you.
Okay.
So just like the prayer book, if you see it on your reading sheet where there are italics, that's for you to say. Okay, so, all right, good.
Each of us enters. Each of us enters this sanctuary with a different need. Some hearts are full of gratitude and joy. They are overflowing with the happiness of love and the joy of life. They are eager to confront each day to make the world more fair. They are recovering from illness or have escaped misfortune, and we rejoice with them. Some hearts ache with sorrow, disappointments weigh heavily on them, and they have tasted despair. Families have been broken. Loved ones lie on a bed of pain. Death has taken those whom they cherished. May our presence and sympathy bring them comfort. Some hearts are embittered. They have sought answers in vain, have had their ideals mocked and betrayed. Life has lost its meaning and value. May the knowledge that we too are searching restore their hope that there is something to find. Some spirits hunger. They long for friendship. They crave understanding. They yearn for warmth. May we, in our common need, gain strength from one another, sharing our joys, lightening each other's burdens, and praying for the welfare of our community. So we are about to start. Thank you, Heather. Actually, I need to say that. Thank you. That was great. So what we're going to do before we start our first song is that I don't want you to take a deep breath because so many of us are holding our breath from this week. I want to start with a breath out. Just breathe out the week and breathe in Shabbat. Breathe in Shabbat. Breathe out the week. Breathe in Shabbat. One more time. Breathe out the week. Breathe in Shabbat. And now, together in that breath, we're going to sing about how wonderful it is, how good it is to be together. Hinei ma tov. Hinei ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Let's sing that again. Hinei ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Thank you. I'm going to sing one of my favorite songs by Debbie Friedman. This is Light These Lights. Okay, good. Which, of course, I don't actually have up, but I will in 1 second. All right. I think it just provides such a perfect moment of Shabbat. Oh, hear my prayer I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. I'm going to invite up Barbara Bachman and Winter Gite to do candles and Kiddush.
Let us light these lights and sing a prayer for you, and let us say amen. Let us light these lights and sing a prayer for you, and let us say amen. We're on page 120. Candles first, yes. So traditionally, in this congregation, they stand for the candle blessing. They do not do that in every congregation, but please do what makes you feel comfortable here.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. I'm going to help you out here.
The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, b'ahava u'b'ratzon, himkilanu, zikaron lema'asei v'reishit, ki hu yom techila, למקראי קודש, זכר לציאת מצרים. כי באנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh ha-Shabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Yasher go. Thank you, Yasher. Pardon?
Want to stay up here?
No, you can go right back down. You're welcome to see. Come, I'm nervous. I'm happy for somebody to be standing next to me. We're about to sing Lecha Dodi on 138. Before we start, I want to invite up to the bima, and there are books up on the bima. Most of the chairs. I want to invite Leah Slavinsky, Lonnie Jenkins, Sheila Wolf, and Gail Moses to take a seat on the bima before your readings. We're going to start Lecha Dodi. 1, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, and on the last verse, we look to the door to metaphorically welcome in the Shabbat bride. You're welcome to have a seat. Or stay. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת. נקבל די די די, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת. נקבל שמוע וזכור בדיבור אחד, איש מיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת. נקבל די די די, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת. נקבל לקראת שבת, לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם ניסוחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת. נקבל די די די, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת. נקבל התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת. נקבל די די די, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת. נקבל, we rise, face the door. בואי ושלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת. תקבל די די די, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת. לך ולה. Thank you. I'm going to invite, everyone can have a seat. I'm going to invite Leah Slavinsky to come up and to read A World Where Evil Has No Voice. Okay.
Are they supposed to stand on that?
If you would like to.
If we can be courageous one more time, then we are fearful. If we can be trusting one more time, then we are anxious. If we can be cooperative one more time, then we are competitive. If we can be forgiving one more time, then we are vindictive. If we can be loving one more time, then we are hateful. We will have moved closer to the next breakthrough in our evolution.
Yeah, sure. You can go and say. Oh, okay. Thanks. We are continuing on page 146 with the Baruch Hu. We stand, face the ark. Yalla lie, lie, lie. 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 Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam vad. Le'olam vad. Yalla lie, lie, lie. 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 So I'm going to have you keep standing. And every time when I do this and I say, we're going to stay standing, if you feel you need to sit down, please sit down, all right? It's not a... But I'm going to teach you a standing meditation. I don't know how many of you have for the Shema. And Rabbi Naomi Levy, I think some of you are familiar with her. She has a congregation in California, and I was honored to spend the high holidays with them last year. And this is a meditation. There's only a few words. It goes like this. Listen, Israel. Just try that. Listen, Israel. Then we say, Adonai. Sing that. Adonai. Our God is one. Try that. Our God is one. So close your eyes. We're going to sing this a few times. Listen, Israel, Adonai, our God is one. 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 Now we're going to take a big breath of Shabbat and sing the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malachuto Le'olam Va'ed. Thank you. Everyone can have a seat. I'm going to invite Lonnie Jenkins to come up. We are on page 155. And Lonnie, I will give you a microphone. How's that? Thanks.
Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work. Whether you are tired or you are rested, let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God.
Thank you. Asher Koach. Very nice. You can have a seat. And now I'm going to ask Sheila Wolf to come and read on page 159. Sorry.
Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Thank you. On the opposite side of the page, Mi Chamocha. Yai lai lai, yai la 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 la, yai lai la 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 la, ya la 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 la, yai la 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 la, yai la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha ne'edar b'kodesh, nora tehila osefele, nora tehila osefele. Balechutecha ba'uvanecha, bokei ayam libnei Moshe v'Miriam, Ze'eli anu ve'amaru, Ze'eli anu ve'amaru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Yai la la, yai la 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 la, yai la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, yai la la la, yai la 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 la, ya la la. Thank you. I'm going to invite Gail Moses to come up and sing I'm sorry, would you like to sing? To read on page 161, give us a place to rest, and I will give you a microphone. How's that?
And a step stool.
And a step stool.
Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch
Ata Adonai, haporei sukat shaloma aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Thank you. Now, thank you. Yes, great job. We are going to, I hope you will join me on 162 with Yismachu. Yismechu v'malechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat Yismechu v'malechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat Mekadeshei Shvi Shabbat Kulom Yitba'u Veitangu Metu Uvechashabat Yitzmechu V'malechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat Yismechu v'malechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat Ve'hashvi'i רצית בו וקידשתו שבת חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת זכר למעשה בראשית שבת זכר למעשה בראשית שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. I do love that song. Makes me feel like it's Shabbat. All right, we are about to, I hope you will join me on page 164 for the tefillah. We'll all rise and face the ark. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'Neihem, Naman Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magin Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Ve'Hoshia, Morid Hatal. Nechalel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Nofalim Ve'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayim Eminato Lishanei Afar, Bichamocha Ba'al Givurot, Umidom Melech, Melech Memid Umechaye, Umatzmiya Yeshua, V'ne'eman Ata L'Hachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol. Ata Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kadoshim B'chol Yom Ya'alalucha Selah, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please have a seat. I'm now going to invite up Bonnie Hertzberg, Richard and Robin Hubbard, Helene Dubowski, and Andrea Graham. And Bonnie, I'm going to invite you right exactly here. We are all on page 173. Take your time. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I have a... That's good.
I need to stand up.
If you would like to, you can. I don't think so. She's okay.
Oh.
Unless you have it written.
Yeah, give me my paper. Thank you. Sorry. I guess maybe I do. May these hours of rested renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise.
Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Disturb us, Adonai. Ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from the shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness, and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai. Deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad potencies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubit pairs of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred into action. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Thank you.
Okay, here, go sit down. Do you want me up here?
No, sorry, you could sit. You're perfect. Thank you. Good job. And now I'm going to invite Richard and Robin Hubbard to come on up. We are on page 175. Pardon? That's absolutely.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, go.
You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, and our longing to feel your presence and do your will.
You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, our God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service.
Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levadecha b'yira na'avot. Very nice. Thank you. Very nice. I love having all these different readers. This is wonderful. Thank you. And now, Helene, on page 177, God of Goodness.
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ucha na'eh lahot. Very nice. Thank you. And now, please join me on page 178 for Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki Atahu Melech Adon L'chol hashalom, ki atahu melech adon, l'chol hashalom, shalom rav Yisrael amcha tasim leolam, shalom rav Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. V'tov b'einecha livarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Please turn to page 371. We will be doing the Misha Berach, but we are going to read the names first. I just wanted to say one thing about the idea of Jewish healing, because we are not, there are some religions that see God as a Santa Claus. We are not that. And a lot of the reason that we do these prayers for healing is to remind ourselves and to remind one another of our own capacity to help and to heal. There's a Jewish saying that is, while recovery is not always possible, healing always is. I think that pretty much puts the perspective there. So today, we are remembering and thinking about the people who are suffering, who are with physical illness, with psychological illness, with emotional illness. We think of them, we hold them close. Pat Adamson, Raymond Douglas Alcorn, Dr. Martin Bialo, Frankie Clement, Evan Bin, Ann Cole, Mark Edelstein, Mickey Edelstein, Benjamin Edelstein, Brian Edelstein, Danielle Heyman Feist, Eric Fisk, Philip Gelman, Bob Gold, Carolyn Gold, Jennifer Gousset, Barbara Green, Buddy Green, Marvin Hollander, Lori Cattleman, Stuart J., Hank Corin, Wendy Sugarman Krosnoff, Robert Jaffe, Michael Lynch, Dolores Munsick, Ruth Polor, Lee Siegel, Stacy Siegel, Dr. Cindy Steinman, Fred Trox, Pete Tanner, Cheryl Mattis, Kevin Stone, Linda Rader. If there are other names that you would like to share, as my hand comes to you and our eyes meet.
Lynn Gross Eisenberg.
Judy Kent, Dr. Donald Lanza.
Christy Martin and Toby Crowitz.
Jeffrey Mears, Scott Ridley.
Renee, did you have one as well? Lonnie? Thank you, those of us who are thinking of people that perhaps we don't want to name, but we keep them in our hearts, those of you at home. We all join together with the Misha Berach. Misha Berach Avotenu Makor HaBracha Leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Makor HaBracha Le'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And Andrea, going to invite Andrea up to read. What is Andrea reading? Room to Heal.
Every time I listen to your pain, instead of telling you how to fix it, I make a sacrifice. I used to be a magician who diverted himself from his problems by focusing on someone else's. You might have been impressed by my cleverness, but it did not help either of us. At last, I have been reduced to silence. My silence can be a mirror for you. May this offering of emptiness give you room to heal.
Thank you. Now we'll take a moment with our own silence for a silent prayer. יהיו לרצון עם רפי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי וגואלי אדוני צורי וגואלי. So, this is the moment where the rabbi would read Torah or give an amazingly brilliant devar on some subject. I want to remind you all, not the rabbi. So, what I would like to do, I do want to say, wait, I have to say something about this Torah portion because it's amazing. It's one of these Torah portions that have a lot going on for it. Pinchas, and Jackie just did this, I understand was fabulous, or about to do Torah study.
There's commentary from the women's commentary out of the people. But it'd be fun to join me next week because I start a little bit alone.
Oh, good. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Good. So there's a lot of things that goes on. One of it is that God gives Pinchas this great gift of peace, which is spectacular, though I have to say, for a pretty heinous act that Pinchas does. So it's a very strange kind of dichotomy there, but this gift of peace is something that we all really aspire to. The other thing that happens is that there's a group of women who are there. They're apportioning land, and the land, when a man dies, goes to his sons. And so the women come to Moses and say, hey, our dad died, there are no brothers, why can't we get the property? And so get our dad's estate. And so God makes it very clear that, as a matter of fact, I always read this with God going, how much do I have to spell this out to you? So God goes, right, if there are no sons, give it to the daughters. If there's no daughters, give it to the brothers. If there are no brothers, then give it to another family member. And if there's no family member, give it to somebody who's in need. So it's one of those things that things are really spelled out, but we love it because women aren't given too much agency in the Torah. And so this is maybe the meat of why there have been in the 20th century, 21st century, so many women who have been allowed to, this is the rationale, suddenly allowed to study Torah, become rabbis, become cantors. So That was a really long lead up to this musical midrash that we are going to do. I told you there'd be some strange things. So this is a beautiful community prayer that was written by Alana, I've just forgotten her last name. Arian, thank you. This is the best kind of accompanist. She's there. She's not only fabulous on the piano, Maria, but she whispered to me, verses 2, 5, 9, when we were going to do L'Chad Day, and she was like, it's a lot, Arian. This is a community prayer, and on Shabbat, we don't ask God for blessings ourselves, but it's a wonderful time to remember that we have the spark of the divine within us. We can also give blessings to one another. So this is a community blessing. I'm going to teach you. It's Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be so. And I'm going to teach you the chorus, the hook, the prayer, whatever part you want to say. And then I'm going to tell you right now, this is a long song. So breathe out again and go with it. It's really beautiful. All right, so we're going to start with Ken Yehi Ratzon, that part of it. And it goes like this. If I can get it. No, it goes. Let's start with May I Be Safe. This is the hook. May I be safe. Try that. May I be safe. May I be free. Try that. May I be free. May I find space. Try that. May I find space. Space just to be. Try that. Space just to be. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Try that. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May I find my way back home. Try that. May I find my way back home. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May I find my way back home. So we're going to do that a number of times. I promise by the end of it, you will know it. This is a prayer for blessings. We begin with ourselves. You can come on in. You can come on in, Gary. Poor Gary, I don't want him to stand there, though. We begin with ourselves. We are all in need of love. We are all deserving of wholeness. We are all deserving of holding. We are all deserving of peace and light. We open up our hearts and we offer ourselves this blessing. May I be safe. May I be free. May I find space just to be. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May I find my way back home. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May I find my way back home. we call to mind someone who is good to us. Maybe a friend, maybe a neighbor, someone who really knows us, someone who really sees us and sees who we are and knows in our heart what we do. Someone who brings us joy, someone who makes us feel better, a source of good in our lives. We open up our hearts and we offer them this blessing. May you be safe. May you be free. May you find space just to be. Can you hear our song? Can you hear our song? May you find your way back home. Can you hear our song? Can you hear our song? May you find your way back home. Now we call to mind someone who is difficult for us, someone who is a challenge, someone we don't understand. Even though we try, even though we try, and we try, and we try, again and again and again and again, they don't understand us, we don't understand them. Someone who causes pain, someone who makes you feel small. We open up our hearts and we try to offer them this blessing. May you be safe. May you be free. May you find space just to be. Can you hear our song? Can you hear our song? May you find your way back home. Can you hear our song? Can you hear our song? May you find your way back home. I know that wasn't easy, but now we call to mind all that is good here, all the gratitude we can feel when we see all that we have, all the strength in our families, all the love in our community, all the good that we can do together. When we show up, when we say yes, when we extend our hands to one another, all the love that we can create together, when we feel feel the grace that surrounds us, each and every one. We open up our hearts and we offer ourselves this blessing. May we be saved. May we be free. May we find space just to be. Can you hear our song? Can you hear our song? May we find our way back home. Can you hear our song? Can you hear our song? May we find our way back home. One more time. Can you hear our song? Can you hear our song? May we find our way back home. Can you hear our song? Can you hear our song? May we find our way back home. Thank you. We are going to continue with our service. I am going to ask for Stephanie Van Zandt and Jerry Minkoff to come up to the bima. Renee Ramey, I'm also going to have you come up and sit. But we are all turning to page 586. You just need to help open the, you can put your books down, or come on up. And Stephanie, there we go. Please join me in the Aleinu. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו Ushamo Echad. Thank you. We can close the doors. Everyone can have a seat. It's not as easy as it looks. Thank you. Thank you. Before we say Kaddish, I'm going to invite, Renee Ramey and Sandy Sumter to read the piece called Remembering. Oh, right, I need I'm so sorry.
Actually, the tall one here.
Oh, enjoy that.
Yes, the tall one.
How's this? Can you hear me? Someone laughs a certain way, and suddenly I am feeling you. The radio plays a song you used to love. It feels as if you are here with me. The evening light listens on the trees. My heart stings after so many years with the loss of you. The family gathers together. Each of us feels the absence of you. Some of us are consoled for our loss. Some of us are yet unconsolable.
Some of us have bitterly wounded hearts for each and every loss we have suffered. Some of us have healed. Grandmothers, grandfathers, mothers, fathers, sons and daughters, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, cousins and second cousins, friends from the old days and friends from now, and co-workers, postmen we chatted with, men and women far, far, far from us. How brief life is. Together, teach us to number our days, to be fully alive, fully aware each and every day, to live in awareness, to cherish awareness. Oh, teach us to number our days so that we may attain a wise heart, that we may remember and mourn those we have lost and still celebrate the gift of their lives, the gift of life.
We turn now to those we are remembering. We remember those who have died this past year. Linda Laban Slavensky, Jay Roth, Fran Brinkman, John Conway, Michael Vereb, Janice Lenderer, Bernice Lipman, Eric Adler, Ezra Bobo, Richard Corwin, Dr. Sonia Linke, Barbara Finkel, Elsa Mikosh. We also remember and observe the yurt sites for others of our beloved and our friends who have died during this season in past years. Aval S. Abrams, Samuel L. Adler, Ethel D. Bergman, Al Biller, Jean Borden, Claire Budd, May Burdish, Fanny Frances Chazan, Samuel J. Chikaniak, Hyman Davis, Lenore Denenberg, Ella Mae Dutcher, Marvin J. Esrig, Rachel Friedman, Gladys Goldbacher, Alona Gamori, Sylvan Harfinist, Irvin Hutt, Michael Jacobs, Shirley Cantor, Jenny Casper, Dr. Mattis N. Katz, Simon Kornblit, William Krug, Leo S. Last, Anna Berger Lerman, Sidney M. Levine, James Arden McMullen, Lyman M. Marins, Esther Meyerberg, Michael Miller, Herman Moore, Louis Raymond, Frida Richter, Arthur Rocker, Charles Yisroel Rothfield, Solomon Saperstein, Emmanuel Schumann, Joseph Seffaker, Craig Siegel, Max Simon, Sally Solomon, Harold Stone, Sonia Waldman, Leonard O. Warsh, Mary Wax, Betty Lee Weiss, Chester White Sr., Arlene Williams, Stella Werman. Are there others? If you're here to observe a yurt site, I will add two more, Kathy Brook and Deb Acker. And now on page 598. Please join in solidarity. Please stand. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah v'alma divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayachon uv'yomachon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael
Bagala uvizmin kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudsha brichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata. Damiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel. And let us all say, amen. Thank you. Well, you didn't think we'd get through the whole thing, but we did. I'm very happy and relieved to call up Sandy Sumter one more time for our announcements. Thank you. Everybody did great.
I have a job to do.
Thank you.
Better? Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom to everybody here in our sanctuary, and Shabbat Shalom for everybody, to everyone at home. I'm so glad to see familiar faces. I do see some new faces. Please stick around for our own egg so we all have an opportunity to meet one another, and I'll look forward to that. Well, what I can say is thank you, Beth, for this lovely, different service tonight. And I don't mean different in a bad way. I mean creative and participatory. To see so many of us up on the bema, it was lovely. So thank you so very much. And thank you, Maria, as always, for your beautiful music. And thank you for our stream. Pete stream tonight? Yes. Pete streams. So thank you, Pete, to make that happen. And thank you for everybody else who came on the bema and participated tonight to remind us that we are a temple family. A few announcements. On July the 21st, we're going to have another outstanding Shabbat. It's going to be our Sisterhood Shabbat. So our WTBI Sisterhood we will be conducting the service. We will be having Shabbatizers before, and then a lovely oneg. So please, please, please do come and share in this experience with all of us. WTBI continues their dinners of around the world. Our next one is going to be at CC Riders in Dunedin. And is it the third Wednesday? I can never remember. The dinners. Huh? Third Wednesday. So we will be meeting. All women are invited. You don't have to be a sisterhood member, but please come. We really have a great time. So it's at CC Riders in Dunedin. August the 13th is our Jewish Food Festival. So please, if you haven't already, go online and make your order, put your orders in. This is our this is our opportunity for one of our best times of meeting people in our community and people who really live outside of our community. Sharon Finkelstein is asking, we do need some more volunteers. We could use some volunteers on the Saturday, August 12th, which is before the actual food festival day. And then on August the 13th, obviously that day, we need some folks who can be slicers and meat packers and the people to help us bring the orders to the front so when the cars drive by, and to give a friendly face and smile to everyone who comes. So please, if you're interested, please do contact Sharon, or you can call the office for that information. August 25th, I know it seems like it's far, but it's not going to be. August 25th, we will be having a Shabbat, another Shabbat, a barbecue Shabbat, to welcome back Iris. So that'll be kind of our coming back for the season, pre-high holidays, so it should be a lovely... Huh? First day of J Learning is August 20th, thank you. And I was just going to remind everybody that Jackie is doing a lunch and learn on Thursdays. She's exploring the Torah, a portion of the week. She's doing it in person and it is Zoom, so everyone is invited to that. Yeah. And yes, they are. Nick and Jackie, our newlyweds. Mazel tov, mazel tov. That's, I think, right. Did you do the service? I'm telling you. So that mazel tov to you guys, you know that. And again, in September, we'll be starting all of our high holiday events. Just the first one will be September the 9th for Slichot, and we will be talking more about our activities at that. Does anybody else have anything that I've left off you wanted to share? Huh? November 5th. Huh? Oh, casino night. November 4th. It's casino night, November 4th. You definitely will be getting more information about that. And we also will be looking for some volunteers for that as well.
August 2nd, WTBI Book Club.
Thank you. WTBI, did everybody hear that? What book are you reading? Denise? Perfectly Ordinary People is the book for this month. And I've not had the opportunity to attend, but I know that it's really a fun group and for any of you to come to that. Anything else then I'd like to just, I always like to leave with a few words. I don't speak because I have the power to speak. I speak because I don't have the power to remain silent. Words of Rabbi Kook. This quote embodies the depth of love that every Jew needs to feel for one another. Connection between Jews is instinctive. Therefore, no one has a chance but to speak up. Caring for others and caring for other Jews. It cuts to the core of who we are as a people, and we need to reach a point that it is so deep that it is impossible not to say or do something. Those are the words of Yitzchak Tendler. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, that was lovely. We're going to end with Oseh Shalom. Was not Shalom. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh
Baruch atah. No, I'm sorry, we do different. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as this joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'tei avon. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Shabbat shalom. Yes.